Good evening everybody and welcome back to F1 on FTRL. It is night 2 here at the Sakir circuit in Bahrain. It is Div 2 action and it is round 5 of season 17. So the Div 1 race last night was another cracker, a brilliant duel for the victory, and car winner Rob adds his name to the FTRL winners list for the first time, prevailing in an epic duel with the foreman in FTRL Div 1. It was TRT Lynx, had to settle for second this time. And Co-Andy came through to a very welcome P3 tonight, so will we see any surprises tonight in terms of who ends up on the podium? Well, qualifying first, and we'll go on board with Katamis, who's going to be the first one round, and he will take us on a lap of the Sakir circuit. And DRS then opens as they come onto the long start-finish straight, which will be one of the best overtaking opportunities. Down to turn 1, from top gear 8 all the way down to second gear for the right-hander. Watch a bit side-by-side action through here, and watch the curbs here. We saw Dutch Tricks spin out last night as they go up the hill then. DRS pops open for the second time, up towards turn 4. But hard on the brakes. Again, another really good overtaking opportunity. We saw some great wheel-to-wheel action down through this section as well, with turns 5 and 6. To the left to the right, start plummeting down the hill of turn 7, behind the curbs. In this tricky downhill braking zone of turn 8. Katamis rounds it nicely. But the floor now start going over the crest before the double left downhill, off camera braking for 9 and 10. Katamis hooks up the apex nicely though into the third then DRS straight. Might see made some moves into turn 11 in the race. He then hooks it in nicely and starts climbing up the hill. Watch the curb on the inside here. Bendel Bottleneck claimed a couple of victims last night. No such worries with Katamis though. Over the curbs. Now starts charging now, and just one corner to go. Just left to open up the angle. Apexes nicely, and now it is foot to the floor. DRS opens, and the first lap time of the session is a 27.3 for Katamis, and that is a solid banker for him. Just coming across the line behind him though is last week's winner, Sparks, who goes straight onto provisional pole with a 26.0. That is an absolutely stunning lap. Daft Chip goes second on 26.7. Brutus into third at 27.0. Maxi Simon then goes into second at 26.6. But once again, Sparks is looking like the man to beat. And what's happened to Scuba Steve? Scuba Steve is already out of the session, interestingly. So T. Smith and Phoebe, the Alfa Romeos cross the line, and they are 6th and 7th. Both these drivers had a really good run last time out at Spain. T. Smith in contention for a podium until a late collision with Katamis. And Phoebe ending up with his best result of the season as well, so great to see them. And some stunning lap. Oscar pops himself into 4th. Alex Pixie 7th, Pagani 8th, Chubbs is 10th on the medium tyres, interestingly then, so he's braving the alternate strategy in qualifying. However, I think we saw last night the lap time was around here then to fall, and he's already out of the top 10 as unsafe for these, pushes him out by 0.03 of a second. Casey Bernard has abandoned his lap then. Aaron Trucker crosses the line, start his flying lap. So then our provisional pole sitter, this will be his last appearance in Div 2. He is asked to go up to Div 1 next week, so he will be replacing the man currently 20th on the timesheets, that is Lennon Stevenson, who is coming down, no longer able to do Tuesdays. So there will be a straight swap between those two. So Lennon will be in the Williams from next week, Sparks will be in the Mercedes in Div 1. Mixing up with the big boys. How will he get on? Well, I think he's proving once again that he is the class of the field. In Div 2, the rest of the field is fairly close together, so interesting to see. Trucker, who was on for a really strong result, he was on for a top 4, top 5 finish last week, then late contact to Sir Kalsper rejoined the circuit having been run off the road. Had a big moment as he came out of the gravel, and Aaron Trucker fortunately had nowhere to go except into the back of the stricken Williams. Was it Williams? No, it wasn't Williams, was he? He was in Alpha Tower last week. Oh, and he's validated there at the penultimate corner. So his first run will not count. Pixie going for a couple of runs then, on to 27.4. in case of Bernard having abandoned his medium tyre run. Bossman then just starting his flying lap then, so the Red Bull man. Into turn 1. Again, another driver with lots of good speed. He's a bit like Evil Chris in Div 1 in that he has lots of speed. Definitely a talented driver. Just has the most abysmal luck in FTRL F1. So, fingers crossed that will change for him tonight. Evil Chris ended up with a solid result last night, despite some dramas in the race. Hopefully Bossman will have a less eventful run up to a strong result, but we shall see. Yes, Lennon, you are allowed setups. Aaron, you shut up. T. Smith. Aaron's prediction. T. Smith is going to spin so severely that he falls out of the car and onto the lap of a large Ukrainian man called Dmitry, who does nothing but hold him gently and then punches him. Well, that will be something to behold. Let's see how that works out. You know, I've got Owen in the chat there, sporting Daft Chip, currently P3, and he's on his way to make his second run. We're still on board with Bossman as he comes into the final sector. Been a tiny lap so far. Now just one corner to go. Let's hope it happens. I mean, we could probably arrange it for brands. Obviously, probably can't spin to hide out the car, but we could probably find a Ukrainian man called Dmitry. Just a thought. Bossman at the final corner then. Crosses the line. And up to P12 with a 28.1 for his first run. Casey now has just started his flying run, so he's up into turn 4. Of course, the man who won on the track in week 1. Led the championship after week 2, but had a bit of a shocking couple of races since. I suppose worked hard to get back into contention. Good, glad to hear it. Evening Graham, good evening Phoebe as well. Everybody popping into the chat. Qualifying on the way. Racing down the back straight. DRS is open now, starts climbing up the hill again. Rounds Bendel bottleneck with no issues. No, hopefully he will not do what Alex did earlier. No, it doesn't invalidate there. It stays within the limits. Down into the final corner. Throws it in. And Casey's first flying run is a 1:27.2, good enough for P6 at the moment, and slots himself in between Brutus and Catamise. Let's go on and have a look at our current P2 sitter, Maxi time. It's just starting. Oh, big twitch there on the exit of turn 1. Oh, and that is an Alpine on the outside. I believe that may have been Casey, who was just finished his flying run. Has got out of the way in interesting fashion. Let's pick up Lennon then in the meanwhile then. So dropping down to Div 2. Let's see how the Red Bull man gets on. You know, he has good pace. It was man. Oh, it's a big twitch there off the curb. Self it nicely. Lennon would be a very dangerously quick driver if he would do some practice. It's the story of Lennon's e-racing career. So let's see how he gets on. Of course, he's a former Div 2 champ. He denied league owner Aaron a Div 2 championship many moons ago. Mainly because Aaron was on holiday. So whether or not, well, I suppose the records will show that Lennon won. But Aaron was too busy sunning himself. Oh, he's caught Bendel bottleneck though, and around he goes. The curb claims a victim. No damage though, other than his pride being caught on stream, and probably those tyres are now no good either. Max Design crosses the line down to a 26.4, so he's improved now, just within 4 tenths. And Chubbs goes third. 26.6 for Chubbs. Sees him onto the second row of the grid. He was looking really good last week until it all just kind of fell apart for him after the pit stop, unfortunately. As Catamise now goes third, so Catamise down to 26.5. Catamise, of course, finished second last week. A really good run for him. And he's backed that up with a third place, provisionally third place on the grid in this one. You're by one of my alcohol brands if I sing the song from last night on the stream. Is that you spin me right round, baby, right round. I'm in my hand and I'm a sexy monster. That one. That was Aaron's song last night to put off Connor during Fall Guys. So it came to him in a moment of genius. Now Sparks then is out on track again. Maybe feels that 26-0 isn't safe this week. He only did one flying run last week. He was that far ahead of the field. Up to the end of Sector 1. That's a tickle, Aaron. Let's see, can he improve? He is 600s up then in the first sector, so he's found a little bit of time. Oh, he's invalidated his lap, so having found a little bit of time in Sector 1, invalidates in Sector 2, so no improvement this time. Who we got on a lap? Anybody? No, Mapman is finished. Oh, he's done his lap next to Cats. Might be on a lap, let's have a look. He is, in fact, Mapman is on a lap, and he is nearly 8 tenths per second up, so this will jump him provisionally into around about the top 10 where his teammate is currently. Alex Pixie sat in P10, 27.4. Can he knock his teammate out of the top 10? He can't. He comes up just shy. A 27.5, 6.2, 300s up on Nexus Cats. That man goes P11. Why have I seen a missed penalty from Salah? What have you been doing, Salah? Why have you missed a penalty? It's not good then. So the track gets quietened down. It looks like Sparks is going to go for another lap, in fact. Let's sneeze again. Yeah, bless my face. So then Sparks then attacking again to turn 4. He was 600th up last time round, and before invalidating shortly afterwards. This time he is over a 10th up in the Sector 1. Can he keep it off the curbs this time? He can. Damn you, Mo Salah. Why have you missed? Anyway, focus back on the racing. Coming then to the end of Sector 2, and he is 0.3 of a second up, so Sparks is looking to lower that bar. Oh, he's invalidated again though. And his frustration shows. He puts himself into the wall. That's 2 laps invalidated in a row. He has, unfortunately, Lennon, he has missed. However, Alexander Arnold has scored, so we are 1-0 up, so it's okay. It's okay. Right, who's on the final flying run? Casey Bernard is the first. And into the final 3 minutes of the session. The track will now be rubbered in, and everybody will be looking to lower their lap time. Casey coming up to the end of Sector 2, he's 0.3 of a second up. This could put him into the 26s. Put him into P7 on current. One corner to go, which he navigates successfully. And now it is a drive to the line. And he moves up to P7 as expected. 26.8 for him, and just 200 shy of Oscar. So Maxi Syme, closest one to Sparks at the minute. Sparks just, oh, and he's invalidated his run as well. Bossman on a lap. He's currently P16. Comes over there and down to this very tricky downhill braking. Nicely apexes. On the power of the DRS and is open. One McLaren's chasing him down. That will be, it could be either. Looking to improve on his P16. Here we go. Rounds Bendel bottleneck okay. Where his teammate came a cropper earlier. Lennon looked like he's going the last of her times. I'm not sure what happened to Scuba Steve. And into the final corner. Foot on the gas. DRS is open. Does he improve? He does. 27.6, half a second up. And he goes up to P14. And is Daft Chip. He's coming now towards Bendel bottleneck. Can he improve on P5? He's got Catamese at the final corner, so we'll stay on board with Catamese then, just to see if he can improve. No, he doesn't. He bails out of his lap. Daft Chip then. One corner to go. Can he improve on P5? He's a sprint to the line. And he goes up to third at 26.5. Really good lap there from Dave. Goes to P3. Catamese having just bailed out. Oscar has invalidated his lap, so he will not be improving on his current P6. Chubbs has crossed the line just in the nick of time. Start a flying run. Brutus, so I think he's just got across the line in time. Looks like Sparks is out as well, so Sparks, yep, he just got across the line, so he is the final one to cross the line. Oh, and that is Matman spinning off at turn 3. So no improvement for the Mercedes man. Goes to the commentator has struck there. We've got unsafe release. Yep, unsafe release coming around. He's 0.2 of a second up at the moment, looking to jump ahead of T. Smith and possibly Bossman as well. He might even be able to get Pagani and Katsu, who are on low 27.5s, if he can find some time in the final corner. Where does he end up? He was on to improve. He's currently 16th. He stays 16th. There's a lost time in the final sector. And Tucker up to P8. Katz goes into the top 10. Alex picks it up to 9th. Oh, who was that moving up? That's Pagani goes 4th. So Pagani then with a late lap pops himself onto the second row of the grid. Really good effort there from Pagani. Brutus then just knocked Oscar down to P8 then, so invalidating that lap has definitely hurt him. Maxi Syme got to within 1/10 of a second of pole as well, look at 26.1. Sparks then bails out of his lap. Is T. Smith still on a lap? He is. He will be the last one to cross the line. Currently P15, jumps to 13th, 27.3. Oh, and gets knocked down by Lennon, who goes 12th. On a 26.9, right at the death. So Mr. One-Shot qualifying does it again and pops himself into P12, 26.9. Can't keep in a straight line. Well, that is what would be the new handling model. It's been catching a few people out, but you've got the lap done. Well done. Just try and stay away from Bendel bottleneck curb in the race. I'm sure your cookie isn't that bad, Aaron. So then, we've got what's going on here. Some in the pits. Just need to do two. We've got 2 seconds left. Qualifying is done. Stuck on a second. Why are we stuck on a second? God's sake. There we go. And we're through then. So qualifying done, and it is a back-to-back pole positions for Sparks. What will be his final Div 2 appearance. So the qualifying is as follows. Sparks on pole alongside Maxi Syme. Def Chip as well closed right in at the death then, so just 1.5 tenths covering the top 3. Pagani jumps to P4 late with a great final run. Pups Catamese and Chubbs together on the third row, with Brutus and Oscar on row 4. Casey and Aaron Trucker will be your top 10. They will all start on the soft tyres on which they've qualified. Everybody behind them has a free tyre choice, starting with Alex Pixie in P11, Lennon in 12th, Katz is 13th, T Smith is 14th, Matman P15, Bossman is 16th, Unsafe 17th, Fever is 18th, Calsper is 19th, and Scuba Steve, final two not getting a lap time in. They share the final row of the grid. Full grid tonight for the first time in Div 2 this season, great to see. Hopefully that will provide us with some great racing. It looks like it's dry. Is that some cloud cover I can see? It's hard to tell from the night sky. No, Pagani, don't you dare be bidding it. And very true, Matt. Best do it in the qualifying rather than the race when it matters. So, podium predictions for those in the chat. Who do we think is going to end up in the top three? It's difficult to look past Sparks, although he has shown flappability. But I reckon Sparks is going to sign off with a win. I think Maxi Sam will chase him home. And I think that if he can keep it pointing in the right direction, Daft Chip will join them. So I think the top three will stay as they are. That is my prediction. Very uninventive, I know. So we're expecting probably a two-stopper here and maybe safety cars, which may bring that into consideration more so. And the grid looks like as follows. Details up. See who's starting on what then. So Sparks is on pole position once again here in Bahrain. Williams man. Class of the field once again, but the gap significantly smaller this time. Just pipping Maxi Syme, who is looking to try and take the fight. His rival off the front row. Daft Chip is third for McLaren. Great effort from him, and he's joined by Pagani with his best qualifying of the season. Aston Martin goes off of row 2. Katamise, the always exciting Katamise, is on row 3. Look out for him making places off the line. He is the demon starter of FTRL, and he's alongside Captain Chubbs, who had a really good run last week for about 70% of the race. Hopefully he can make it 100 this time around. Brutus Beer goes off of P7 alongside Oscar in the second of the Ferraris. And then we've got Casey Bernard in P9 and Aaron in P10. They all qualified in the top 10, and therefore they start on the tyres. They set their fastest laps. Outside the top 10, everybody has a free tyre choice. Starting with Alex Pixie, who's gone aggressive, and he's going to start on the soft tyre. Lennon is starting on the mediums in his first Div 2 appearance of the season. Next is Katz is behind him, on row 7, P13, also on the medium tyre. T Smith starts 14th, he's on the hards, as is Matman in P15. And then everybody behind them on the medium tyre, starting with Bossman in P16, Unsafe P17, Fever is P18, Calsper and Scuba Steve rounding out the grid. Don't know what happened to Scuba Steve in qualifying. He must have had a moment somewhere on one of his laps. Hopefully then he will not have the same issues in the race, but a lot of work to do from P20 on the grid. So the grid then starting to form up. Mikey's calling for a Pagani podium. Well, he is right on the cusp of it. He actually ended up with a podium last week, but obviously because Calsper is not technically a Div 2 driver. He just races if there's space. So Pagani, who finished 4th on track last week, actually ended up bumping up to a podium, although I'm sure he'll want to earn it on merit. Let's see then. Williams at the front, Williams at the back. Everybody in between is in a sandwich. And we await for the lights. Ignore the ones on the screen because they're not in sync with the game. Here's a gauge, revs are up, and the Bahrain Grand Prix is go. And it's a good start from Daft Chip. Maxi Sam has a tardy start. Katamise is looking aggressive as well. Daft Chip could be the one to watch here. He's already got ahead of Maxi Sam into turn 1, up to P2 he goes. Pagani and Katamise side by side further back. As they start running up the hill, bumping wheels. Oh, and Nexus Katz has had a drama further back. He's round. He's done a Mazepin. And spun at turn 3. Or even earlier. Everybody else seems to have got away with it though. And Sparks has jumped into the lead. Daft Chip second. Pagani got Katz. Brutus. Chubbs all battling here. Who does? They're all nose to tail. They start dropping downhill to this tricky downhill braking corner. Oh, Chubbs there into the back of Brutus, I think. Didn't see any carbon fibre fly off there, so I think he's got away with it. Alex picks you up 2 then, so those soft tyres have jumped him ahead of Casey and Aaron. Casper's up 6 already, up to 13th. He's had a really good start. Just ahead of him, Lennon and Aaron going wheel to wheel up the hill. Lennon around the outside. A Bendel bottleneck, that's brave. Gets the move done. Aaron's still on the inside, but Lennon cuts across. Now Casper trying to bind to this as well. Great move from Lennon. Here comes Casper up the inside now as well. Oh, he's late on the brakes. Oh, he slides it in, goes a little bit wide. Aaron's going to switch back on him. We're going to go wheel to wheel. Who does Lennon want to give a slipstream to? It doesn't matter because Casper drops in. And now he's going on the attack of the Red Bull. On the brakes into turn 1. Further back, unsafe. And is that Scuba Steve or was it Bossman? It was Scuba Steve. Oh, yellow flag. What's happened? Oh, it's Chubbs. Oh, he's taken a marker board. So Chubbs has dropped it from P7. Doesn't look like he's damaged his wing and he's all the way down to 18th. And unsafe has now gone round as well. Nexus Cat's in the pits. He's picked up wing damage. Back then with the leaders, and it is Sparks who leads, but he's not pulling away from the pack. Daft Chip going with him, as is Maxi Syme, as is Pagani, Katamis, Brutus, Oscar, Alex, KC, the top 9 in a train. However, no DRS yet enabled. Lap 3 then, so next time around. And Pagani there has lost the slipstream to Maxi Syme. Got a bit of work to do then if he wants to get back on terms. So your top 3 potentially broken away here. To me, he's looking particularly racy in the background as well. Behind Pagani. Onto the start finish straight. Sparks with the fastest lap, 30.2. In the background, that was Alex picks it up the inside of Oscar into 1. Oh, just about getting away with it. They do now. They've got DRS now to think about as well. That won't help Sparks. That won't help Pagani because neither of them have it. That was Katamis up the inside. They're going wheel to wheel. And Pagani holds off for now. Katamis with a late move. Pagani gave him room but squeezed him enough. And maintains the place further back. Fever and Matman exchanging positions. Oh, and now here comes Brutus on Katamis. So Katamis going from attack to defence. We've got a yellow flag sector 2. It's unsafe again, I think. Is that a moment? Oh, Brutus is getting really racy now. Trying to take the fight to Katamis. Pixie looking at Oscar as well. Mercedes versus Ferrari. And Haas versus AlphaTauri. Up the hill then, so top 3 have now made a break. It's now 2.6 seconds between 3rd place and 4th. Oh, spinning out. Here's Katamis has gone. Has he gone wide? Is he off? He's off. Katamis has had a spin then through Bendel bottleneck. Tyres are cooking. Be careful, Cat. He's got going again. He spun out of P5. Was the contact? Brutus was getting very racy. Sparks continues to lead. Alex Pixie meanwhile gets the move done on Oscar. With the enabled DRS. It's up into P6 further back. Bossman going around T Smith. Scuba Steve trying to buy into this battle as well. Oh, they're going wheel to wheel. Bit of ball. Oh, and the Red Bull spins off. At turn 3, we've seen a few people lose it there over that crest. Dutch Tricks was one of the victims last night. Bossman has been in pits for Lennon and Katamis. So Lennon's had some drama in the pack somewhere as well. So both Hazes and both Red Bulls at the back of the grid at the moment have had some dramas in the early stages. They'll be hoping for a safety car to bring them back into contention. So far though, no retirements. Oh, bump and run from Scuba Steve. Give T Smith a nudge. T Smith gets back on track. Hopefully Scuba Steve didn't pick up any wing damage in that. But oh, that is like Calspert up to P9. He's had a really, really good opening 4 laps. Up 10 places already. People have spun off around him, but he has been scything his way through. Top 3 then, back with the leaders. Spark still lead, Daft Chip still second, Maxi Syme still third. Yellow flag in sector 3. It is unsafe for Elise again. He's had a moment of Bendel bottleneck by the look of it. It's Brutus getting the move done on Pagani. Pagani giving him a helping around turn 1. He's going to come back at him though. They'll have DRS up towards turn 4. Brutus goes defensive early. Oh, and Lennon's gone. And we have got a safety car. Safety car deployed on lap 5. Lennon has crashed out there at, looks like the exit of Bendel bottleneck, and clipped the curb in qualifying. He's done it in the race and it has put him into the wall and into retirement. This, however, will be a godsend for Cats Catamee's unsafe bossman. We can all now close up the top 3. Of course, we'll be not pleased to see that. They had opened up a 3-second gap over the rest of the pack. Led now by Brutus, who's 4th. He'll be back. It never took me. Now, Lennon is yes, apparently was trying to back his car into corners. The new Hadley model has been catching people out. And Lennon is the first victim this evening, unfortunately. So in the current running order, then into the pits comes your race leader. Daft Chip as well, Maxi Syme is in as well, the soft tyre runners. We might see a few of them yet. Brutus and Pagani in, Alex Pixie is in, Oscar is in, KC is in. Aaron Follow, yep, all the soft tyre runners are in the pits. Now then, this has put an interesting dynamic. Where are they going to filter back out, is the question. A lot of people in the pits as well, actually, look, so yeah, even the guys who are not on the soft tyres, some of them have decided to pit. And it is Kalsper then who leads. Oh, Katz has picked up a penalty under the safety car, which is a little bit silly. As everybody filters out of the pits, we can review the running order. Is Katz going to overtake unsafe, or is unsafe going to get out and up to speed? Katz is going to go through, right. So, current running order then under the safety car on lap 6. Kalsper is the race leader, then up from the back of the grid. He now leads the race on lap 6, however he has not yet made a pit stop. In second is, what's happened to Sparks? Right, okay, something's going on there. T. Smith is currently P2, these two have not stopped. Daft Chip is back into P3. Fever is 4th, he hasn't stopped. Maxi Syme is 5th, Brutus is 6th having pitted, Pagani is 7th, Alex Pixie is 8th, Sparks is 9th. Now what has happened there? Because he was the race leader, they are at the end of the pit lane, something has happened to Sparks under the safety car, I think. Unless he had some wing damage somehow. I don't quite know how, because he was leading the race, he hasn't been headed, he hasn't been able to run into the back of anybody. So I'm not quite sure what has happened there. He's now down in 9th, Bossman is 10th. Oh, Katz has gone under the safety car. Nexus Katz has retired up through turn 12 under the safety car. So having got a penalty under the safety car, he has now put it into the wall and into retirement. So unfortunately Katz's night has not gone to plan. Bossman 10th, Oscar is 11th, KC is 12th, Aaron Trucker is 13th. Into the pits is coming Catamees. Interestingly, he hadn't long pitted, so I'm interested by this decision. Has he got some wing damage? Nope, he's just going onto the hard tyres, interestingly. Right, so there we go then, tyre situation. Kalsper on 6-lap-old mediums, T. Smith on 6-lap-old hards. Daft Chip is now on fresh medium tyres. Fever in 4th is on 6-lap medium tyres. Maxi Syme is on the hards, they are fresh. Brutus Beer behind him is also, well, he's on the mediums, but also fresh tyres. Pagani is in 7th on the hard tyre. Alex Pixie is 8th on the mediums. Sparks is 9th on the hards. Bossman is P10. He's on the medium tyres. They've got 6 laps on them. He's still yet to pit. Oscar has pitted for the hard tyres. Casey has pitted for the mediums. As is Aaron Trucker. Scuba Steve also on the mediums. Captain Chubbs is now on the hards, having pitted. Mattman is on the mediums. And Unsafe and Katamis have both pitted and are both on the hard tyre then. So, mixed strategies from those who've pitted. Some potentially looking to go to the end. Some guys have committed to a 2-stopper on the mediums. Will they go towards the soft at the ends? Maybe go a second medium stint? We shall see. So we saw multiple strategies play out last night. We also had a late safety car, which meant a lot of people dived for the pits. And that could put us for a grandstand finish, but 2 retirements. One brought out the safety car, one was under the safety car. This man's teammate, Nexus Cats, is out, having crashed under the safety car caused by Lennon's demise. Casper is leading them around. They're letting the safety car get away, which suggests we are about to go racing. T. Smith going with him. Daft Chip is now in a very strong position here. However, Sparks is on the hard, so he can go to the end. Casper's pulled the trigger. And away he goes. It's a good restart from him. Caught T. Smith napping slightly. He's got a nice gap there, as he has with Daft Chip as well. Of course, there's no DRS now for 2 laps. Ooh, who's making a move? Oscar lucky. Oh, sorry, it's Maxi Simon Feeber, and not quite close enough. Oh, Maxi Simon's gone round. And he's spun all the way down to 14th, so the man who was running 3rd. Having a half spin on exit of turn 1. Oh, and Chubbs has gone as well at turn 4. Second spin of the night for him. Then trying to make a move on Feeber as they come across the hill. Oh, who's that coming in hot? That is Sparks. Oh, contact with Pagani. Very aggressive move there. Alex Pixie coming back at him around the outside. They're going to go wheel to wheel up the hill, are they? No, Sparks gets the move done. Alex drops in behind. Here then comes Bossman. Trying to buy into this now as well, trying to go all the way around the outside. They've got the recovering, or is Oscar behind them in the Ferrari. And Casey, Scuba Steve and Aaron, oh look at this train of cars here. Got Maxi Simon in the background having recovered from that half spin. Mattman in P15. Scuba Steve and Casey going wheel to wheel. Scuba Steve getting the move done on Casey into the final corner. Change for P2, change back for P2. T. Smith down the inside. Daft Chip's got to go around the outside. He's got fresher tyres though. He's also on softer compound and he's back up to P2. But all this has let Calsper get away to the tune of 2.1 seconds. So Calsper is away and running, but he has not yet pitted. What is going on back here? Oh, Maxi Syme up the inside of Scuba Steve. Leaning a little. Oh, T. Smith's gone. He has spun to Narnia and he's in the comforting lap of Dimitri. So T. Smith couldn't wait to get his hand on his Ukrainian friend, so he is out. And we are under the safety car again. And for the second time, so Calsper's lead evaporates. Safety car is called for the second time. They do say safety car breeds safety cars. I don't think this was as a result of that. I think it was probably just, looking at the position of it, it was on the run between 4 and 5. So I just wonder if he's lost the back end. New handling model. I've been catching a few people out. A few people have been complaining. So the cars are like driving on ice. is our third retirement. And then Kalsper then takes this opportunity to pit, so the race leader is in, which means that Daft Chip takes over at the front. Also in comes Fever and Bossman and Aaron Trucker. Now Aaron had only recently pitted, so that's an interesting one. Mattman is in as well. So a couple of those guys have only just recently pitted, so that's interesting. They're all switching to the hards, apart from Mattman is going back out onto the mediums. So they're now all looking to go to the end. Safety car called for the second time. Running order is as follows. Daft Chip now leads from Brutus Beer. Pagani on the podium place at the moment, third. Sparks has made his way back up to fourth. Some of the guys ahead of him have taken the opportunity to pit. Alex Pixie is fifth. Oscar is sixth. KC is seventh. Maxi Simon back up to P8. Having spun out, I think he'll be a little bit annoyed at himself for being down the other. Scuba Steve is ninth and unsafe, rounds out the top 10. Katamis is now 11th. Chubbs is 12th, Kalsper 13th after his pit stop, and then Fever, Bossman, Aaron and Matt, they have all just taken the opportunity to box. Oh, and that is Chubbs and Katamis coming together under the safety car. Not quite sure what happened there, or how that happened. It looked like they were just weaving their tyres. Chubbs came up the inside, and he was nerfed off and into the wall. Now, quite what happened there, how that happened, or how that came to be happen, I don't quite know. Now Chubbs has got a drive-through penalty for falling. That is harsh. That is spectacularly harsh, game. You just penalised the man for getting spun out and needing a pit stop, and now giving him a drive-through penalty. That is spectacularly harsh. Change, fresh tyres on. Fresh nose, and away he goes. That rhymes. So then we are on lap 11. This is definitely going to be helping those guys who are on the medium tyres. Also going to be helping the guys on the hard tyres, because obviously they're looking to extend their tyre life to the end of the race. So they're looking to make no more stops. We've got a few drivers here who probably are going to have to pit again. Those on the mediums looking at the top two, Daft Chip and Brutus, both on the medium tyres. They will probably need to pit again. We have got 19 laps to go. 4 laps on the tyres already. There's a long way to go on the mediums. I'm expected to see them in again. Of course, we are graced by the presence of that brand new, beautiful Aston Martin safety car, looking resplendent in its British racing green. Chubbs in the Aston Martin F1 car, just catching up to the back of the pack, and the safety car is in this time around then, so Daft Chip will take over, pacing the field out. Let the safety car get out of his way, at which point he will pull the trigger. Can he get a good a restart as Kalsper got last time around? Away he goes. He's pulled the trigger, he's got a nice jump. Guy looking racy, although here comes Brutus. He got a nice initial jump with Brutus with the slipstream, burning some ERS, trying to go to the outside. Pagani coming in hot behind him, gets it stopped though. Daft Chip goes deep with wide going Oscar. 1-7 Katami swapping places. Further back in the pack, Not mind getting passed by Chubbs into turn 1. Brutus and Daftchip go wheel to wheel through 4. Daftchip's going to hold on. Pagani having to squeeze Sparks as well. Sparks to the outside. A little bit of lag there from the Williams. Oh, he's now at the inside. Switches back on Pagani. Pagani though going to hold the inside if he can. He'll have the inside then for the downhill corners. Sparks trying to hang on around the outside. Pagani gives him a squeeze, bit of wheel-to-wheel contact. Two is still side by side. Pagani ahead, and here comes Oscar at Sparks. Oscar up the inside of Sparks now. They bang wheels up the hill, and Sparks stays ahead. Charging them down to the final corner. Daftchip has withstood the onslaught on lap 1. Kalsper and Katamid all in the background. Who's that going wide? Was that Maxi Syme? It was off the circuit at the final corner. Scuba Steve is in. Well, that's an interesting time to pit. He hadn't long pitted onto those medium tyres, so I'm not quite sure what's happened there. Chubbs is serving his drive-through as well. Alex Pixie and Casey going wheel to wheel through turns 1 and 2. Alex Pixie gets the move done. Casey swaps side, going up the hill. Oh, Alex has a big twitch. And through goes Casey, and now here comes Maxi Syme. Oh, there's contact at the apex. Alex saves it just. Now Kalsper is on him. There's fresh hard tyres. He's got Katami's in hot pursuit. Katami's now looking at the inside. Not quite close enough. Gets it all crossed up on the braking. Yellow flag sector 2. Oh, is it Sparks? It is. Oh, Sparks has got no front wing. So a pole sitter, an early race leader, has got no front wing. He was battling for 3rd with Pagani and Oscar for 4th. No safety cars, big call. So Sparks said he's just going to drop down the order here. He's going to need a pit stop. Bossman goes through into 11th. Aaron goes up to 12th. All this has let the top 2 get away. And DRS is re-enabled then. So Brutus will have to try and get it done organically this time around. Daftchip trying to break the slipstream. Brutus closes right in though. He'll have DRS though on the run up to turn 4. Oh, and Sparks is sped in the pit lane now as well. Brutus with the DRS, but he's not close enough into 4. Further back then, has anybody looking to make a move? Pagani's safe from Oscar. He's got Casey behind him. Alex recovering after that moment. Kalsper not close enough either. Katami's into the top 10 in 9th and unsafe despite a couple of dramas in the top 10. And we've got this little pack led by Aaron Truck. Oh, what's happened now? Maxi Syme's got around again. Dropping down through 6 and 7. He's had a drama, span it around. Looks like he's got away without any damage. But he's down to P10. I'm just struggling with this adjusted handling with the new update a little bit there. Alex Pixie now with a penalty as well. Oh, Daftchip, big slide there as he comes out the penultimate corner. Yellow flag in sector 2. Oh, it's Sparks. Sparks has gone. But Sparks' race is done. No safety car. Nope, no safety car this time around. So, top 2 as you were. Oscar closing in on Pagani. Further back, Kalsper's just got the move done on Alex Pixie. He's now up to 6th place. Katami's now is in 8th. They're unsafe, and they both go ahead of Maxi Syme after that spin. To the pits comes Bossman. Scuba Steve sets the fastest lap of the race, and he's on the soft tyre then. So if he's gone for glory, we'll definitely need another pit stop before the end though. Those softs will not go 14 laps around here. then our race leaders, it's still Daft Chip leading. It is still Brutus in second. They are now 3.4 seconds. Oh, who's gone now? Chubbs. Chubbs has gone at the exit turn. Nice safety car again. Now, we are possibly in the window that these boys can make that pit stop for more medium tyres. Now, do they take this opportunity? I think you have to. Yep, they're in. So front two are in. But they will look to now to go into soft. Probably go into the mediums again. That will get them to the end. So Pagani's going to come there. Pagani's in as well. Pagani decided to get off of those hard tyres, which puts Oscar into the lead of the race. Daft Chip to the hards, interestingly. Casey's gone aggressive. He's onto the medium tyres. That's his Calspert. This is Pagani. So the order shuffles again as people make late pit stops. So that's good news for Bossman, who just needed a pit stop. Also Scuba Steve getting off those soft tyres. He can get onto some mediums or some hards and go to the end. So our fifth retirement and our third safety car. Of the night. Oscar now inherits the lead of the race, and so our winner from Paul Ricard a couple of weeks ago is now well in position to take his second win in FTRL. However, he has got the always aggressive Katamise with him. In the Haas Unsafe is now up to third after all his dramas. Trucker in P4, Matman is P5, and then Daft Chip and everybody else who pitted starting in P6. Now he's on the hard tyres. Now we'll get to the end. Is he going to have enough grip? The question is, both him and Brutus pitted for the hard tyres. Everybody behind them pitted for mediums. So KC, Calspur, Pagani, Alex Pixie, Maxi Syme, Feber, Bossman, all pitted for fresh mediums. Scuba Steve didn't have any fresh mediums left. He's on 6-lap old mediums, but they should get him to the end from there. He's got some laps behind the safety car to do. The field is not yet fully reassembled behind the safety car, so Bossman now picks up a penalty at that. Again, it's that penultimate corner. He's catching a few people out tonight. Saw Katz do it shortly before his demise. So on to lap 17 we go now into the second half of this race. It's a little bit broken up now. A few safety cars in close proximity. All seem to have come about through driver error. Oscar leading the field around behind the safety car. Katani's second, Unsafe is third. Aaron Trucker in P4. Matman up to P5. Daft Chip is P6, Brutus P7, KC is P8, Calspur P9, Pagani is 10th, then Alex Pixie is 11th, Maxi Syme is 12th, Feber 13th, Bossman 14th, and Scuba Steve is 15th. We have got 12 laps to go once they come round to the end of this one. With the track clear, the field is now all back together, so we should go racing at the end of this lap. So can Oscar hold on for his second win? Will Katamise find a way through and go after another win for him? Will it be Unsafe's first win since his return to F1 racing? Got Aaron Trucker come up win for the first time. Is it Matman's turn finally, or is Daft Chip going to come through and claim that win that he richly deserves? He's been there or thereabouts for a while now. I just can't help wonder about that tyre choice though. Would he have been better going for mediums? Did he have any fresh mediums is the question. I would have thought so, because I don't think he did any laps in qualifying on his medium tyres, so he should have had a spare another set of medium tyres, but it is what it is. Safety car in this lap. Oscar is not giving it any space. I don't know if you saw the message. It's a bold strategy if you... I think he's realised now. That's the safety car start to pull. This is going to be a late call. When's he going to go? He's going to go now. Oh, Katowice has got a really good launch. Katowice is on him straight away. Katowice is through. Katowice timed that perfectly, and Oscar loses the lead. Here comes Unsafe up the inside as well now. Is Oscar going to lose 2 places? He is. It's in the pack, is bunching in the pack. Is everything going to get round okay? Looks like it. Well done, everybody. Oh, Pagani's dropping places. Dropping a place to Alex Pixie and Maxi Syme. Oh, Maxi Syme's got round again. I think Pagani's run wide as well. Oh, Pagani's got wing damage. Were they together on track? I don't know. But Katowice getting a superb launch there. I think well, whatever Oscar was trying behind the safety car didn't work out because Katowice predicted that Oscar, but Steve's gone. Similar place to Chubbs. Are we going to see the safety car again? It is no. Oscar gets back ahead of Unsafe for P2, but Katowice is off and running. Aaron Trucker around the outside of Unsafe. Oh, what a move from Aaron Trucker. Here comes Matman. I think Unsafe is hobbled a little bit here. Kausper gets a run. Goes around the outside. Also, it's Brutus. Oh, Kausper gets put into the wall by Matman. Don't think he saw him on the outside there. And now Daft Chip's going to buy into this. They're now wheel to wheel. It's drama all over. Here comes Kausper to the inside. Matman getting the move done on Unsafe, or trying to, as they come through turn 2. Unsafe all over the curbs. That's brave. 2 by 2 up the hill. Look at that action going on here. Kausper trying to go on the outside of Matman. Matman's going to squeeze him. Here comes Unsafe back up the inside. Hold him off though. KC trying to buy into this now. Bossman now getting racy as well. Oh, into the back of KC. Pagani's in the pits. He has that wing damage. Oh, what's up with the KC? He's now been shuffled back, and Daft Chip is going backwards. What's happened to the McLaren man? Has he got wing damage? Yeah, max wing damage for Daft Chip. Is KC damaged as well? He seems okay. Yeah, the McLaren, oh, he's just got no grip at all without end plate missing. Through goes Faber. Daft Chip, who potentially could have won this race, is now all the way down to P13, but Katowice leads by half a second over Oscar. He's coming back. Aaron Trucker, really racy as well. Brutus is closing in. They've got a bit of a gap then, so the top 4 have made the break again. Bossman getting racy on Unsafe, and Bossman through up to P7. He's had a really good restart. Into the pits comes Kausper. He must have picked up some damage there after that contact with Matman. And he's called it a night. Look at this pack again. Alex Pixie up the inside of Unsafe. Oh, big twitch there. That almost caught out Maxi Syme. Oh, Maxi Syme trying to plough his way through the Alpines. Unsafe getting shuffled backwards on those very old hard tyres. Maxi Syme saying, somebody please give Oscar a lesson on restarts. That was absolutely atrocious, wasn't it? Oh, Bossman's wide. And here comes Alex Pixie. Through he goes. They've got DRS. Here comes KC as well. Bossman bumping and barging. KC gets a penalty. And he's got loops around the outside. Bossman trying to switch back up the inside though for the next corner. Gets the move done on the curb. KC hangs around the outside. Great move. Great driving. Maxi Syme trying to buy into this now as well. Look down the inside. Bossman hanging on around the outside though. Great. Just lets off the brake pedal. Hangs it around the outside. And everybody survives. And we go again. No, of course it's. Sorry, mate. I thought you were racing tonight. I'm very confused. Change for P2, and it's not Oscar making the move on Catamese, it's Brutus making the move on Oscar. So Team Chaos, as they were once known, on 1 and 2. Catamese and Brutus. Top 4 then have made a bit of a break, although Matman is trying to get back on terms. He's just outside of DRS range. There's a bit of a gap back to his teammate, who is leading this second train of cars. Meanwhile, Catamese is, at the moment, untroubled in the lead of the race. However, he has got 3 cars in close attendance and a 4th one trying to make that gap as well. Penultimate corner we go. Matman has. Oh, he's not quite. He's almost within DRS range. He's right on the cusp of it. Brutus now closing in, and Catamese. He'll have the DRS this time. He's definitely close enough for a move. Here we go. Brutus to the inside. Catamese squeezes him. And we've got yellow flag further back as Daft Chip. Unsafe in the pits. Oh, Maxi Syme's gone. Safety car called. Safety car is called. And the race is nullified once again. Get in there, Salah. So, oh, Maxi Syme has crashed at the end of the pit lane. Well, look at it. So, what's happened there? Wasn't that pack? I wonder. If there's been some contact in that battle pack that was going on from 6th downwards. Good news for Pagani, good news for Daft Chip. They can both get some fresh air. Daft Chip's lost his nose cone again. A fresh nose going on. So then on lap 22, and the safety car called for the 4th time tonight. Brutus having just swapped for the lead of the race. Now, 7 laps to go. Do any of these drivers pit? Now, Brutus's tyres are going to be fairly fresh. He's got track position, but this is the risk. We've seen in previous weeks Dutch tricks at Spain, for example, took track position over fresh tyres and he got absolutely swallowed up by the field. Catamese is going to pit. Oscar's going to go through. It's probably wise from Catamese, but he's going to drop a long way down, so he's got a lot of work to do. Brutus is in a very good position in that he's got the fresher tyres at the top 4. Even if they are all, well, say 3 of them on the hards, Matman on the mediums. So the nearest driver on fresh tyres, there's a few other people that pitted. Bossman, Fever, Unsafe, Pagani, Daft Chip are all going to be on fresh, soft tyres. Pagani and Daft Chip, of course, quite a long way behind at the moment, but they will be able to catch back up again. This race has just swung back and forth. So at the head of the field we've got 3 hard tyre shod cars, Brutus, Oscar and Aaron Trucker, 6, 16 and 12 laps respectively on their tyres. Matman in 4th on the medium tyres, 12 laps on his tyres as well. His teammate behind him, Alex Pixie's got 6 laps on his medium tyres, as is KC behind him. So they're in a good position perhaps to attack Oscar and Aaron, whose tyres are going to be well past their best. And then everybody behind them has just pitted for fresh soft tyres. So we're looking at Catamese, Bossman, Fever, Unsafe, Pagani and Daft Chip. They're going to be very, very racy in this final few laps. Once we get going again, we should have at least one more lap on the safety car, because Daft Chip is currently at turn 4. The safety car going around turn 12. So hopefully it should wait to pick everybody up. I don't think even Daft Chip, even if he hustles, will get there by the end of this lap. Nope, It's going to carry on for another lap. Don't know how well I was controlling my car on the straight. Yeah, that was to say, that was a very odd place for you to lose it, so I'm very confused about what has happened to you there, Maxi. There's a lucky mate. The wonders of Codemasters. We're going to have at least one more lap then under the safety car, which means we will have a 5-lap sprint for the victory here in Bahrain. Now, Brutus leads, but he does have a penalty to his name. Oscar behind him does not, but Oscar is on the oldest tyres left in this race. Are they going to have anything to offer that pack behind him? Aaron Trucker behind him. His tyres have got 13 laps on them, so they're not much better off. So it's a question of whether or not they can hold back the flood of drivers on fresh tyres not too far behind them. That man is fourth. He's on the medium tyres, but they've also got 13 laps on them, so those are going to be even worse condition than Aaron's ahead of him. The two drivers directly behind him are on 7-lap old mediums, Alex and Casey. They're going to be quick once the safety car pulls in. And then definitely going to be quick are Katami's Bossman, Fever, Unsafe, Daft Chip and Pagani, who are all on fresh soft tyres. Pagani's just gone in for a new set. He's at the back anyway. He caught the train. So give himself every opportunity to make some moves late on. Well, you say that, Max, it's still a long way to go, mate. It's only round 5. We've still got 7 races left to go. What's happened there? Why is Katami's dropped behind Bossman? Something going on here. It's this age-old glitch, isn't it, where thankfully everybody seems to have got away with it. Pagani catches the train. Safety car in this lap, so we are about to go racing again. Brutus will leave us around. What will he do at this safety car restart? We've seen very different options. Calspers worked quite nicely. Oscars did not. Daft Chips just about held on. So it's now Brutus's turn to lead us away. When does he pull the trigger? Yeah, it's not a bad shot, that one. Yeah. Oh, there we go. Brutus pulls the trigger. Oh, what's happened? Oh, Matman has lost it at the final corner. Oh, Matman, no. It's a good restart from Brutus for the back who's racing. It's Casey and Casamis. Oh, Casamis there almost onto the back of Alex Pixie. Casey's going to fight him up the hill. Katami's being really aggressive early on, as you'd expect, but Casey's coming back at him. Around the outside, holds him off for now, but Katami's is going to have so much more grip. Here comes Bossman. Katami's has a switch. Oh, there's contact. All 3 of them go off. Casey in the wall. Katami's is without his wing. Bossman has got wing damage and all that. Oh, he's so unlucky to get caught up in that. Just look like they're locked together, and all 3 of them made it into the wall. Brutus leads from Oscar, from Aaron Trucker, from Alex Pixie. Bit of a gap. Fever up to P5. Where's Fever come from in all this? Unsafe's up to P6 again. Pagani's now 7th, ahead of Daft Chip. Casamis has got wing. Oh, he's got no front wing left. After that locking together with KC, and then Bossman coming through there, he got caught up in that as well through no fault of his own. Just had nowhere to go as the cars ahead of him just span off, and they hooked him in as well. And that man, after spinning off at the restart, he looks to be intact, so he might be okay. Top 3 pulling away. It's like that's 1.3 seconds back to Alex Pixie, who's got better tyres than all the guys ahead of him. Soft tyre was led by Fever and Unsafe. Pagani trying to buy in as well. What can they make in the final few laps? It's stringing. Oh, Brutus with a huge slide through 6 and 7. Somehow he saves it. gives away a couple of tenths to Oscar, whose tyres are 19 laps old. Now just starting to pull away from Aaron Trucker, who's now dropping back towards Alex Pixie. Can Alex snatch a podium here? And Feber now looking in a really strong position as well. Of course, Alex Pixie's got a penalty, as does Brutus. So Oscar is in a very good position here. He's back in DRS range of the race leader. Oscar, he might not win it on track, but he's going to win it on penalties as things stand. Doesn't need to force this issue at all. Race control enables DRS again then for the final 3 laps. Alex Pixie closing in on Aaron down the start finish straight. Is he going to be close enough? Not quite this time. Daft Chip looking racy in the background. Pagani trying to get the inside of unsafe. Daft Chip's to buy into that as well. And that is move done for Alex Pixie. And here comes Feber as well. Feber backs out of it though. Pagani up the inside of unsafe. Gets the move done. Pagani then up to P6. Aaron Trucker's tyres are past their best. Oh, Pagani up the side of Feber, who's trying to go around the outside of Aaron. Here comes Daft Chip as well, trying to buy into this now as well. Alex Pixie, another one with a penalty. So he's on the podium at the minute. He needs to get the hammer down, try and pull away while the cars behind him are squabbling. Having Aaron there is probably going to do the best thing because he's on old hard tyres. Everybody, oh, Feber, big slide up the hill. Pagani gets through. Daft Chip on unsafe, not quite able to get through. Unsafe is wide. Brutus continues to lead, but he can't shake off Oscar. He's got the hammer down. It's over a second. Pagani's going to get the move done here on Aaron with relative ease. DRS is open. Feber's going to come storming through as well, I think. By the time they get to turn 1, Pagani's up the inside. Feber trying to follow him through. Does he have the grip? He does. Aaron positioning his car well though. Feber gets a really good run up the hill. Oh, Pagani now picks up a penalty. Feber to the inside. Down the inside into turn 4. Move done. Oh, don't lock wheels. Oh, it's getting scruffy. I think that's exactly what happened with Bossman and KC and Casamies. They just locked tyres and everybody went off. Casamies sets the fastest lap of the race. You know he had pace. He was in the mix to win this one. They all got tagged together at the restart. Pagani then already onto the back of Alex Pixie. Both these drivers got penalties. Now they need to try and pull away from Feber as Daft Chip gets the move done on Feber. Or does he? Up the hill we go. Daft Chip round the outside. Great move. Daft Chip then up to P5. He'll be kicking himself. He could have won this one. Yellow flag. It is Casamies further back. Spun around. Looks like he's been able to carry on though. This then is potentially for a podium. In fact, with Daft Chip now ahead, it definitely could be for a podium. He's got a penalty as well. Pagani gets the move done on Alex Pixie for 3rd. We are on the final lap. Feber and Daft Chip changing places as well. Up the hill we go. Feber using his ERS. Daft Chip's got DRS. Defending the inside, unsafe, coming into buy into this as well. Daft Chip trying to go around the outside. Feber giving a hip and shoulder. Great to see Feber getting his elbows out. He is the nicest man in the world to race. And it infuriates me when people just pull his pants down and take positions off him left, right and centre. Meanwhile, race, look at how quickly Pagani's caught the top 2. However, I think he's going to run out of laps. Brutus, though, can do nothing. He's tried to pull away, but he's just not been able to, despite having 10 lap fresher tyres than Oscar. Oscar's just used the DRS to pull himself along. However, Pagani looking to buy into this late on. I think he's just going to run out of time. Feber holding off Daft Chip. We've got a yellow flag further back. It's Casamese again. But down to the final corner we come. Pagani has a look up the inside, but he's not quite close enough. Out of the final corner, Brutus is going to win on track, but Oscar's going to take it on penalties. Brutus is second, Pagani third, Alex Pixie fourth. Where does Feber come home? He goes fourth. Aaron goes fifth. Alex Pixie down to sixth. Daft Chip is seventh. Unsafe is eighth. Bossman so unlucky to get caught up in that late accident. That wasn't even his fault. He wasn't even part of it. He finishes P9. Gets jumped by Matman though behind him in P10. Casamese, oh, what could have been for him. He was so racy at that restart on the fresh soft tyres. He was the first one in the queue, but just got locked together with Casey Bernard, and they just span into the wall and took Bossman with them. Oh, Casamese having a big moment there through Bendel Bottleneck. Oh, he's going to spin out into the wall. Cue flashbacks of a couple of seasons ago when he did it at that corner, followed by the immortal phrase, "Why am I so shit?" As he uttered on stream, or on his stream. He'll cross the line with no nose. What? How has Bossman got a yellow flag? I'm very confused by that. And Casamese crosses the line on his roof, on the roll hoop. That's an interesting one. So there we go, then Oscar racks up his second FTRL victory. Didn't do it on track, but I don't think that'll bother him too much. He did exactly what he needed to do, and he takes his second win of the season. Brutus comes home P2, and Pagani comes home for P3, as Mikey called. Great driving from those three. A few around them lost their heads, or wheels, or wings, as the case may be. What could have been for a number of drivers in that one. The champagne flies, and we pick up the final classifications. So Oscar takes the victory from Brutus and Pagani. Feber comes home with a season's best P4 from 18th on the grid. Aaron Trucker P5, Alex Pixie P6. They'll be so unlucky there to miss out on the podium today. They were both in the mixer, but they have to settle for 5th and 6th. Daft Chip, what could have been for him. Race just unravelled, unfortunately. He ends up P7, unsafe in the mix as well late on. Comes home with P8 Matman. That late spin costing him a better result, P9 for him. Bossman so unlucky to get caught up in that Catamese and KC spin. Ends up P10, and Catamese the final finisher in P11. What might have been for him though, he does have the fastest lap. Just shows the pace he has. The retirements: KC, Maxi Sam, Calsper, Scuba Steve, Chubb, Sparks, T Smith, Katz and Lennon. Bringing out a number of safety cars. Well, that was something. That was something indeed. So there we have it then. That is the end of S1 action for another week. But not the end of action on FTRL. We are back tomorrow with GT Sport. It is GT14 from Big Willow in Willow Springs for the penultimate week of the championship. So please do join Switchback to go through all the action from there. Tomorrow o'clock. Can't even speak anymore. From tomorrow at 8 o'clock, same time as always on the FTRL channel. Next week, the F1 calendar moves on to Australia. We are at Albert Park for the halfway point of the season. Already halfway through season 17. So it is Albert Park next week, which is tricky street circuit, so we'll see how everybody gets on. Hopefully with a week's running under their belts, the new handling model. A few more people will see the flags. An always dramatic Div 2 proves to be just that once again. But congratulations to Oscar, Brutus and Pagani on their podiums. And yeah, so that is it then. Thank you very much for joining me again. For those who are in the stream, if you haven't already liked it before you go, please do so. That helps us out immensely. And if you haven't already subscribed, please do so. Join us for yet more great racing action. We deliver this every week Well, say we haven't got anything on Monday at the minute because we haven't got a stream for ACC, but I assure you the racing is good. That wraps up next week. And if you would like to join ACC for next season, we are at the final week, so please do get in touch through the Twitter. Yeah, there we go. So more action coming at you tomorrow from GT Sport. But for this evening, thank you very much for joining me and going through all this crazy chaotic action that is a Div 2 race, and we will see you again real soon.